It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium.
Keep playing hard. Ready? 7's the mic. 47's the mic. Here we go, D. Here I come again.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
He can run for it, and he will. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. 3 yards on the keeper, and it's 4th down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Brees now. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. Past the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 75 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Jackson now. Going to throw again. Sliding out of the pocket. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Now it's Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run from the pistol with Ingram, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Here we go.
From the gun, Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Now Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Check who's off course. Watch the whip.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Breeze. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
The catch, deservedly so, is going to get a lot of credit, but even more so because there's a defender there ready to make a play.
Yeah, just flat out muscled on that one.
Ready? 5-8, 5-8. Kill. QB drop. Watch QB drop. A little flat. Hey, easy. Kill. Why? Easy, opposite.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
Here we go. Hey, kill. 36 to Mike. Here we go.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tony Jefferson in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep is DeAnthony Thomas. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. David Onyemata there on the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Sack. Quarterback gets hit.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. On 3rd down, Jackson. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Ravens get a new set of downs. Give them 17 on that pickup. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep running.
Jackson now. They go screen. This is Ingram. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Go, go. Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. Let's get the ball.
Jackson. Got him in. It's Brown. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 33. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Snead's got it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from 10 yards away as they are now on the board here in the first half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Let's go. Do it.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Kamara. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
All day, dog. 48, come on. Hey, I-7. 48, Mike. 48.
From just shy of midfield, Breeze. And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Ready. Yellow waiting.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Breeze. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara, and he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it up,
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with 2nd and very long. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Like 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Jackson from the shotgun. He's going deep for Brown. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Switch. Hatches.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Breeze. Thomas has got it, complete. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Running with Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go!
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Swearinger. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10.
Tight end's right. We got three, fellas, we got three. No. Hey, break it down, fellas, break it down. Check. Ready, check.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. Kamara's got the first down and then some. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
They need a stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Check 31. Check. Hey, easy. Check.
On third and long, it's Breeze. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now after that sack, it's third and long for Jackson and the Ravens. There's Jackson on third and long. But his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Marcus Williams. Some strong running at the 20.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Sammy! Let's break it down, fellas. Break it down. Check. Tighten up. Kill.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Watch twist. He's covering. He's the opposite.
They run it again with Kamara. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up third down.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. On third down, here's Kamara. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Check. Watch 54. You're right.
This is Ingram on first and 10. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Ingram again.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. From the gun, it's Jackson. Roberts has it. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. Jackson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. Jackson operating from the gun. He's going to find his tight end Boyle. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
They'll run here with Ingram. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Saints able to come up with a goal line stand.
They're running it. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. We're good. We're good. On 4. Ready. Rush in. Kill. 6-6. Bullet high. You got time.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Patrick Onwuasor up to make the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, it's Kamara. And some room to maneuver. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Breeze now to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got to go.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Breeze is looking to throw. And Thomas has it. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
First down, Saints.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Check 13.
They run with Murray. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
Yellow lady. Check. Sammy. Clock.
Bree's going to try and throw on third down. And that will be incomplete. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment